A few days ago, my wife returned from volunteering at our daughter's elementary school. As she settled down with her cup of tea, she began sharing one of those little moments that parents often overlook, but that somehow sticks in your head. She was helping out in a first grade classroom during snack time. One little girl had accidentally spilled milk on the floor. Nothing unusual, right? Kids spill things. But instead of calling for help or stepping back, this little one decided to make the most of the mess, wiggling her toes in it, splashing milk like it was a tiny puddle playground. My wife, trying to be helpful, calmly said, "Don't do it." But the child did not stop. Moments later, the teacher walked over, took one look, and said just two simple words: "Step away." And just like that, the child stopped, stepping back, and the moments passed. When my wife told me this, I could not help but pause. Why did "don't do it" not work, but "step away" did? That tiny classroom incident turned into a big parenting insight. Well, let's dig into this a bit. Both "don't do it" and "step away" are attempts to stop a behavior, but there is a big difference in how they are received, especially by children. "Don't do it" is a negative command, but to a first grader, don't do what? The milk play? Don't have fun, don't have joy. So it's open to interpretation. But "step away" is very clear. It tells the child what action to take immediately. No guessing, no ambiguity. So this is the difference between correction and direction. As parents, we often say what not to do, right? But children benefit more from knowing what they should do instead. For example, instead of you saying don't shout, you can say use your indoor voice. Instead of telling your, kid, don't touch that, you can say keep your hands by your side. So it's very simple changes, but huge impact. Now, look at the difference between the teacher and my wife. My wife was a stranger for that kid, right? So my wife was an helpful adult, but to that child, she was still an unfamiliar face. But on the other side, the teacher is a consistent presence, a trusted and recognized person for the kid. That all also made some differences. But the main difference is the correction and direction. As a parents, we always try to correct the kid by saying, don't do that, don't go there, don't touch that. That's all corrective mechanism, corrective commands, correction commands. But children need more of a direction. Instead of saying, don't do it, tell them what they should do instead. So this reminded me of a time when our daughter Nia, this was, I think, a couple of years back, she was climbing onto the kitchen counter on a step stool on her tippy toes to reach for a cookie jar. It was a glass jar. I saw this and I yelled. I said, "No, stop." And yes, you guessed it. She panicked and she dropped the jar. What I should have said was, "Wait, Molu, wait for Dada. I'll get it for you." So these moments stack up and they quietly teach our kids how to listen and who to listen to. So, um, what it means for us as parents. So, what's a takeaway from a spilled cup of milk? Children don't just need limits, they need guidance. Telling them what not to do is not enough. Telling them what to do next is where the growth happens. So, it's easy to say, don't do it, because as parents, we all have our daily job, we are stressed. So it is quite natural and easy that we say don't to our children. But children need verbs. They can act on. Step away, come here, try again. Uh, Those simple things connect very well with the kids. So, as I close, that little story my wife shared over tea became a quiet eye opener for me because in our family, I use a lot of don'ts. I am more like a person, correcting person. I use a lot of don'ts with my kids. So this was a quiet eye opener for me. As parents, we don't always need to control the moment. We need to guide it. So next time you feel like shouting, don't do it. Take a pause. Instead, offer a better next step, one that helps your child step away, not just from the mess, but towards the growth. Thank you.